You just bought a house in Catonsville. Congratulations. Living here is awesome. There are a couple things you should take care of that very first day, right after you get the keys. First thing you should do before anything else is store your closing documents. Make sure you've got a place to keep them because you might need to get back to them. There's a lot of important information there, including the terms of your mortgage loan. So take that folder that you get at the closing table and make sure you put it somewhere you remember, somewhere safe, somewhere you can get to it easily if you have questions. First thing you should probably do, nope, I just said the first thing. Second thing you should probably do is change the locks. You don't know who has keys to the house you just bought. You know, the family that lived there may have given keys out to all the neighbors. You don't know. So go around the house, take a quick inventory of all the exterior locks. Don't forget about things like maybe a padlock on a storage shed or a garage door, something like that. You want to make sure you get all those changed. You can do that by yourself. Go to Home Depot and buy replacement locks, or you can hire a locksmith to come and do it all at once. It's pretty easy to hire someone to do it. Another thing you should think about is that garage door opener. If you have a remote garage door opener, that means somebody else might have a remote and might be able to just pop it open, drive by and pop it open. So a lot of times those have ways that you can change the code for the way that the remote works. So you maybe look into that. Don't forget about the garage door. Another thing you might want to change, and this is totally up to you, doesn't really matter that much to me, but some people are a little bit weird about toilet seats. So a lot of times I hear about people wanting to change all the toilet seats in the house before they move in and start their new life in that house. And I can understand why. Again, pretty easy thing to do. Count up the number of toilets. You got to know whether those seats are elongated or round, and then go to Home Depot and buy what you like. You can usually install them with a screwdriver. Another thing you might want to consider is if the house has a Ring doorbell or other kind of video doorbell, you want to make sure that the previous owners no longer have access to that. So you want to do like a reset, a hard reset of the doorbell. Sometimes you have to pop it off its panel and there's a little button in the back you push down, but you have to find the instructions for your model and figure it out. But just don't overlook it, because otherwise who knows who has access to the camera. And if there are more cameras, if there's a security system, same deal. Make sure it's reset. Make sure you understand if there's a monitoring service. You want to make sure you get connected with them and set up an account so that they can monitor your new security system, and so that the calls don't go to the old owners. A lot of people consider doing a deep cleaning before moving in. I mean, it's the best time, right? There's no furniture in the way. You can hire somebody to do the whole house top to bottom, or you can get in there. I mean, that's an easy thing for you to do. The whole family can participate. There were a lot of times that we made our kids, wash windows or scrub floors. So, it's a family affair. Get all your friends together and family and get some cleaning supplies, turn on some music, and spend a couple hours and do a deep clean. And, get all those surfaces that nobody thinks about, the tops of window casings and door casings, all those little edges that nobody ever wipes up. Now, if you're considering doing any renovations to your new house, the best time to do it might be now, before you move in. So you're not in the way, your stuff's not in the way, contractors have access, and they can probably do it more efficiently if there's a clean work area. And now, of course, this depends on the extent of the renovations you're going to do. I mean, if you're going to paint, why not knock it out before you move in? If you're going to do like a bedroom addition or a bathroom addition, I guess it depends on how the house is laid out. Can you move some stuff into one area of the house and leave the other area clear? Either way, it's easier if you don't have to kind of live amongst the renovation. And it's possible to do, but easier if you don't. Don't forget to set up your utilities. Call BGE and change the service over to your name. So that'll be gas and electric. Don't forget about internet. Hopefully you've already figured out which internet company is in your neighborhood and called them to set up the service. If your house has oil heat, there may be an existing service contract that you picked up or a contract for heating oil. That would be in your closing documents. Remember back at the top, you want to go look at those closing documents and see if there's anything about a heating oil contract that you might have acquired by buying the property. One thing that people always forget to do, once they move into their new house, and once their old house is sold, what they forget to do is cancel their homeowner's policy. So don't do this until your house is sold, but make yourself a reminder to call that insurance company and cancel that policy. Otherwise, it can go until the next cycle, when it could be months down the road before you realize that you've been paying for something that doesn't apply. And maybe one of the most frequently forgotten things you should definitely do on the first day is set up the auto pay for your mortgage payment. So make sure you can log in to your mortgage, whether it's a bank or a mortgage provider, whatever. Set up an account, make sure you can log in, make sure you can see your mortgage and the due date. That first due date could be tricky because it might not be for 30 days or 60 days after the close. So be really aware, make sure you read the fine print and find out when that first mortgage payment is due. Go in there, turn on auto pay, connect your bank account so that you never have to worry about it. It just happens automatically every month. I know that closing day is a huge deal. You're only going to buy a couple houses in your life. There's a lot to think about. You're really excited. You want to get right into it. But try to remember the things we just talked about. It'll make your life easier down the road and you'll be able to enjoy it more thoroughly. My name is Matt, and I help people buy and sell houses in Catonsville.